I am so livid right now. I am furious. I have spent over 3 decades in a system that I believe in. I'm a believer. But today, I am no longer a believer. What you've got is a weaponized Department of Justice, Department of FBI, and CIA.
We cannot have a country led by a president subject to ongoing criminal investigations, potential indictment, and never-ending hearings. Now, in any other business, when the head of a corporation is plagued by scandal, that person steps down and is replaced because the board knows a business cannot succeed without respect and authority.
Got him. We fucking got him.
What are those things you get at CVS that are the length of a football field and complete overkill? Oh, that's right, receipts. Well, get ready for a bunch of them, courtesy of MSNBC host Medhi Hasan.
When you have a constant media diet of lies and propaganda, which these people are kind of injecting into their veins every night, and we now know that the hosts, well, we already knew, but now we can prove that the hosts don't even believe the nonsense they're saying to their viewers. By the way, Joy, you and I are often accused of having contempt or disrespect for the conservative voters. No one has more contempt or disrespect for conservative voters than conservative media personalities, by the way. But look, how do you stop that when you have non-stop lies? I don't have the silver bullet. It's very hard when 20 to 30% of the American public has been cocooned off in a bubble where they are fed misinformation, disinformation by the likes of Ingram and Hannity and Rupert Murdoch, who goes under oath in a deposition and says, yeah, my hosts endorsed the big lie. Yeah, I don't believe in it.
Over the holiday weekend, the usually on-point host opted to consolidate some Fox News clips in the name of hypocrisy. In the segment, the same Fox News hosts and commentators who have bent over backwards defending Donald Trump in the wake of his combined 91 felony indictments.
Whatever you think of the photo, this is not something to take lightly. Our constitutional republic depends on the very basic concept of rule by law, not rule by man. A constitutional standard under which a president is still just a citizen and all citizens have equal standing before one system of law which applies equally to everyone.
This is overkill. This is political germ warfare.
Trump said nothing and did nothing to trigger any criminal charge on January 6th. Any.
Sean, this indictment is the legal equivalent of the French guillotine, the reign of terror. This is a mob mentality to take out Donald Trump.
I remembered singing a very different tune in 2016 when Hillary Clinton was running against Trump.
She cannot take the Oval Office.
Now, as you may recall, countless talking heads on the right-wing network cried out that the nation couldn't handle a president under investigation. Or as boxed wine influencer Judge Janine proudly touted, quote, we cannot have a country led by a president subject to ongoing criminal investigations. Oh, really, Janine? Is that right? Well, let's roll the tape.
I want you to hear my opening statement. This is the most important election of your lifetime. And whether you like Hillary Rodham Clinton or Donald J. Trump doesn't matter. There is only one person you can vote for. We cannot have a country led by a president subject to ongoing criminal investigations, potential indictment, and never-ending hearings. And irrespective of what happens to her, whether she's indicted or even guilty, it doesn't matter. Her guilt is a moot point. She cannot take the Oval Office.
The RICO statute, that's just theater. That's just a bunch of theater in the midst of politics and a legal thing.
Hillary Clinton could be sworn into office while still being under investigation from the FBI, which would then put this country into a major constitutional crisis.
This will be nothing other than a show indictment to cover their overtly political, never-ending persecution of any and all things Donald J. Trump.
She's under FBI investigation less than 2 weeks before the presidential election. Holy smokes.
Yes, Donald Trump is a flawed man, but his sins are minor compared to those of his persecutors.
The American people are about to have a candidate who is clearly going to be under criminal investigation for the entire first and second year of her presidency.
All these indictments are about politics. Not a single one of them is about the law.
Hassan's team perfectly put together the montage where the usual ballads were sung. Everything from "This is nothing other than a show indictment" to "a witch hunt."
I know this doesn't count in a court of law, but do you think Trump had any idea that he was breaking the law when he was asking Mike Pence not to certify?
To a deflection from Hunter's laptop.
You can expect that there's going to be Russian disinformation in the form of a Hunter Biden laptop. And that's when they interfered with the presidential election for the second time. And 51 CIA intelligence agents. So we've got the DOJ, the FBI, the CIA say, oh, this is Russian disinformation, when we know damn well it wasn't Russian disinformation.
And in the end, you come to the conclusion that it's interesting how one walks when the shoe is on the other wildly dysfunctional foot.
But what they do is they put out this narrative indictment. Oh, this is a story of wrongdoing, national defense. And let's put in espionage. We can kind of tie it into the Russian collusion. So people will say, oh, it could have been the Russians. This is nonsense.
When a woman under federal criminal investigation who's lied repeatedly to the American people is elected, do you think they'll take her at her word?
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.